The Baltimore Ravens travel to Pittsburgh to face their AFC North Division rival Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday night. I am really looking forward to this game. I know a lot of you are too. Baltimore-Pittsburgh has turned into one of the best rivalries in the NFL over the last few seasons. If you love good, hard-hitting defensive football, you have loved these games over the last few years. Now, Pittsburgh is still playing good, hard-hitting defense. The Baltimore defense, not only are they no longer what they once were, they're a below-average defense. There's a large body of work on this team now. Half the season, 28th in the league in total yards allowed, 26th against the run, 26th against the pass. So there's not even one part of that defense is outperforming the other. They're just all around mediocre. Now, a lot of that has to do with injuries, of course. Ray Lewis, their defensive captain for all these years, out for the season with a triceps injury. Ladarius Webb, their best cornerback, also out for the season with injury. And Terrell Suggs, who was the Defensive Player of the Year last year in the NFL, he's only been back for a couple of weeks, still not 100%, trying to recover from that Achilles injury he suffered in April. Fortunately for the Ravens, though, this is not a Pittsburgh offense of full strength, far from it. You know, if you saw the Steelers play last week, quarterback Ben Roethlisberger was injured in that game. Byron Leftwich will be making the start on Sunday. And if you don't think that the Steelers offense is going to see a significant drop-off with Byron Leftwich taking over for Ben Roethlisberger, you better think again. Because I know Byron Leftwich has lots of experience, but you know, there's two kinds of backups in the NFL. There's the backup that is the young guy who's maybe an up-and-comer who just hasn't gotten his shot yet, and so it could go either way when he does get that shot. He could take it and run with it, or he could just explode. And then there's the other backup who is the veteran who's already played their time in the NFL, who's now in his sort of fading days and basically just collecting paychecks. Byron Leftwich is most definitely the latter example. This is a guy who he's already played his days in the NFL. He had a long look in Jacksonville, was a top 10 draft pick of that organization. The organization was behind him, really wanted him to succeed. It did not work out in Jacksonville. He tried, and he did not succeed. He just wasn't as good as the backup quarterback at the time, David Garrard, on that roster. So he's moved on, and he's sort of entered the second stage of his career, which is the check-collecting career backup phase, and that's exactly what he looked like when he was thrown into action last week against the Kansas City Chiefs. If the Pittsburgh offense this season is going to be what we saw last week against the Chiefs when Leftwich came in there, they are done. They have no hope of making the playoffs. Now, I don't think they're going to be quite that bad because I do expect Leftwich to improve some as he gets some practice reps with the first teamers. We know that backups in the NFL don't get any reps with the first teamers during practice. So I get it was a tough situation that Leftwich was thrown into last week, but I don't have any faith in Byron Leftwich. I think the Steelers are going to really struggle to score points in this game. Now, they have a great defense. Number one in the NFL in total defense, number one in pass defense. And even though Baltimore has a good offense this year, fourth in the NFL in points scored, you know, the Baltimore offense has really become the strength of their team. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the Baltimore offense on the road in Pittsburgh to have a whole lot of success, especially because this Steelers defense is going to be well aware of the fact they're going to have to play a great game if they're going to want to win, because they're not going to be able to generate much offense. They are a little healthier at the running back position. Rashard Mendenhall, who's missed most of the year with injury, he will be back. He's expected to start this game, so I guess that's good news for the Pittsburgh offense. But they're pass-first offense. They don't run the ball particularly well. They haven't for a couple of years. They rely. The bread and butter of this Pittsburgh offense is Ben Roethlisberger getting the ball to that great wide receiving core down the field, and I don't think that's going to happen on Sunday night with Byron Leftwich. So even though the Steelers are a tempting bet here as 3.5-point home underdogs, I mean, we've seen these Baltimore-Pittsburgh games, you know, 9-6, 13-10 type games. So the home team plus 3.5, that half point could be big here. That could be tempting. I don't like it. I don't like Pittsburgh with a backup quarterback in this situation. Baltimore, even though it looked like things were unraveling for the Ravens a couple of weeks ago after Ray Lewis and Ladarius Webb went down with injury, and this Ravens team, they look like the weakest of all the two-loss teams in the NFL. It looked like a matter of time before it was going to catch up with them. As we sit here right now, the Ravens look like they're in great shape in the AFC North, especially if they can win this game on Sunday night, and I think they're going to do it. I like Baltimore minus 3.5 on the road against the Pittsburgh Steelers.